Hi, this is Tom Freeman. I know it's been a long time since I made a video for this channel, but I've been putting it off because I've been so busy with work and treatment and just keeping up with everything in life that I felt like I didn't have time and I kept putting it off. But the reason I'm doing it today is that I have to start putting a treatment on my face to prevent skin cancer, and it turns your face really red. So I figured I have to do it now. Otherwise, I probably will be, blocked for a couple weeks with the ointment or on my face. So I'm doing it today, and this video today is about the general topic is time. So I wanted to set a couple examples of how time, works when you've gone through brain cancer treatment, and I'll go through the time for the treatment, and also in general the biggest time thing in this video is that I made it to 1 year alive. So I've been alive for over a year. I don't know exactly how long, but I know it's been over a year. So that's really good news. I'm really happy with that. I still feel great. And yeah, so I'm doing really well. But yeah, let me go back over from a time perspective my whole trip to where I'm at here. So when I first got diagnosed, it took about 7 to 10 days to get me into the hospital, to get the surgery, to get the brain tumor removed. And then I spent about 3 days in the hospital recovering from the surgery, and I was released, I think, the third day. And then you have 8 to 10 weeks of recovery before you start any of the further treatments. So that's, to let your skull heal, and, many other issues. But you leave the hospital, and then you're just kind of on rest for a while. Luckily, I had disability, so I was able to, completely relax without having to worry about work. I don't know how I would have got through work. But I think I had 3 or 4 months of disability. I don't exactly remember if it was 3 or 4, but it was a long time of disability, which was nice. And then after you recover, you start the 6 weeks of radiation therapy, where you're also doing chemo pills concurrently. So you're doing both of those at the same time. But the 6 weeks of radiation is very short appointments, where they treat you with a radiation like device. It looks like an MRI basically, but it targets they do a full map of your brain tumors, and they treat those areas. So you have to lay perfectly flat on a table. They put something over your head so you can't really move your head anyway, but you have to lay there flat but it's only about 10 minutes usually, the full treatment. And sometimes with waiting it can take 15-20 minutes, but it's usually very quick. I was going in early in the morning, so I'd have it done before I basically done anything for the day. I would just go get the treatment real quick and then have the rest of the day. I was still on disability at the time, so it was nice because I had the rest of the day to recover and do whatever I want, which was nice. A lot of it was planning for my diet, which I went into in an earlier video, where I had to plan out a very strict keto diet. Nowadays I have a less strict keto diet, but I'm still trying to stick onto it. I've cheated it a couple times, but I gained a little weight back, but I'm still doing really good. And yeah, that's what I've lost from going back to work is the ability to like really concentrate on the diet. But I'm very happy I went back to work because I think it's where I need to be. My work helped me out with a great disability insurance and or insurance in general, so I was very thankful. went back to work. I then after you finish your radiation therapy, you I think it's a couple weeks of rest, and then you start a different type of chemotherapy. I don't exactly remember how it works, but so I was I tried a couple different chemotherapies. One of them you take just one pill every 6 weeks, and that's it. But that was really rough on my body. That one didn't work for me. I tried another chemotherapy where it was like a pill every day. Um, but basically, chemotherapy didn't look on the MRIs like it was working that well. It was kind of messy, the MRIs. They didn't look very clear. I was kind of worried at that moment. So then I switched to infusion therapy so this is immunotherapy is what they call it, but it's an IV infusion. I get Keytruda and Mvasi. Those are the two IV treatments that they give me. So that's actually been working really well for me, and so I'm happy they found something that works for me. That's You go there every 3 weeks, and it's a treatment for about 2 hours. You're in the hospital building there where they have a lot of people hooked up to IVs. So they just hook you up to an IV, and you just you let the immunotherapy just kind of go into your blood, and then you leave. I just did it 2 days ago. And it's not a problem. It's pretty easy. I mean, sometimes you have to wait a little bit, but most of my trips have been under 2 hours, so that's great. I can leave work and get that done and go back, and they understand, so that's fine. My MRI schedule is every 2 months. So every 2 months I get an MRI. They check it out. I talk with my doctor, usually the same day, so I don't have to worry about the results or see. I can see what's happening right away, which is very helpful. Let me see here. I think that's all the timing issues I have. I wanted to mention that also, just some general details, is that when you get chemotherapy, they also usually give you an antibiotic because your immune system just shuts down pretty much. So they'll give you an antibiotic to protect you. You have to be very careful when you're on chemo because your immune system is really weak, so you have to stay away from people. Kind of just isolate until you're kind of off the chemo. But there's options. Like I said, chemo wasn't working, so I talked to my doctor about it. We were in discussions the whole time, and they came up with the idea of doing the immunotherapy, which I was happy to get on because I heard good things about it. I didn't know how. At first, I didn't understand when I would get into immunotherapy. I thought it might have been after a regrowth, or they find something horrible or something. But it just, for my situation at least, it just turned out to be a next step in the process. And now I'm on it, and I'm happy to try it because I think it's important in general to see how this works for glioblastoma survivors, and see if this is actually a treatment that can really work well. I know I've heard family stories about immunotherapy working really well in other cancers, so I'm hopeful that that's going to work great for me. But yeah, my main point today was just to say I'm still doing great. I've made it a year. Sorry I haven't put out more videos, but my goal is to put out, I'm going to try to be on a more regular schedule once I put this one out, and I have to prevent skin cancer, so I had to put this treatment on my head, on my face mostly, to prevent any skin cancer. And then after that, I'll make another video once I'm feeling good and I have time. And everything's getting easier at work, so the schedule's slowing down. So I'm happy to have more time. I'm happy to enjoy this Labor Day weekend. Happy Labor Day weekend to everyone. I hope a lot of people got the chance to enjoy this weekend. And yeah, I guess that's it. Still hanging in there. Hope anyone that's watching this is a good video for someone that's wondering how it all works. I think I've done others, at least one other like this, where I explain the process, and so hopefully that gives you some comfort in the process and you understand a little bit better how it's all going to work. I've made it a year. I feel great. I have sometimes some very minor headaches, but they usually go away. Sometimes I'm dehydrated, so I just need to drink more water. But I mean, stay hydrated. Talk to the doctors if you have problems, and just hang in there. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always. I think you can reach out to me via my YouTube, or I might have left my contact in a channel there. I have social media too. Freematic, FREEMATIK, at Gmail is a good way to reach me.